Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is very exciting for me. It is very near and dear my heart and it is a makeup tutorial for redheads. I am a natural redhead. Let's say it again for the people in the back. No, I understand that my coloring is very different and unique even for redheads. I have dark eyes and dark brows, but I really wanted to do a video that is classic beautiful makeup for redheads. Now this just does not limit everyone because it is just a nice makeup tutorial. It's kind of just a classic night out makeup look that really will suit anyone if you just change up the colors of the face products. This makeup tutorial also is really great for just people with fair skin, even if you have brown hair or blonde hair, because I really just take you through some face products that are great for really fair and light skin tones. So yeah, I am really excited. This is the finished look and it's pretty much how I do my makeup a lot of the time because I am redhead, so I do what would look good on redheads, right? I'm also going to be making a blog post about this topic, so if you want to know more information, more tips, more tricks on makeup for redheads or fair skin, then check out my blog. I will leave it listed down below. I'm not exactly sure when that's going to go live, but as always on Instagram, I will let you guys know when it is up. So without further ado, let's just get right into this tutorial. Okay, so here we go. We have my pale blank face. This is the Mercier Radiance primer. This is a gorgeous kind of pink toned shimmering primer. It just will give you this natural glow. I feel like this is the best primer for redheads because it's not too gold, it's not too intense. It just gives you the slightest glow underneath your makeup. Now going into the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk with my Beauty Blender, you want a really light coverage foundation if you can afford it, if you don't have too many things to cover. Because of freckles, it gets really tricky. I don't have a lot of freckles right now, but I do in the summer. And you really just want a light layer of foundation so that your freckles can peek through because you don't want to cover them. Like, let those babies free. So the Giorgio Armani one is perfect. Make sure you get on your eyelids like you see me doing there and all the way down your neck. Again, if you're dealing with very, very fair pale colors, you want to make sure that pretty much everything is covered with foundation. And so you can see me, I'm going back in here, just onto the other side, but I do on my eyelids. I make sure I bring my foundation down. Even using a beauty blender is just wonderful. It blends it into the skin, it melts it into the skin. Again, check my blog post because I will leave some foundations that have like true fair colors. Giorgio Armani, I'm in the shade 4. It is a little bit yellow, but it pretty much blends into my skin and matches my skin tone perfectly. But if you are more fair than me, I'm not sure they have too many options, but I will leave some down below in my blog post. So yeah, just making sure I get everywhere and blending that all in. And again, I pretty much bring it all the way down my neck. And then this is the finished look. See, it's very natural, very glowy. Now into some color correcting. This is the YSL Touche Eclat Radiance pen. This is a pink color corrector. A lot of redheads or fair skinned people have kind of blue circles or purple circles around their eyes and a lot of veins on their eyes just because your skin is almost translucent so you can see a lot underneath it. So I just like to go in with this. It's a brightening pen, so it really just brightens up that area, takes away any blueness, any veins, and I just blend that out with my Beauty Blender. I've always done this, and a lot of redheads I feel like have that kind of dark inner corner on their eyes or some veins on their eyelids just because, again, skin is really fair and kind of shows everything. So there you go. Just nice and bright. This is good for anyone, just some color correcting. If you have a lot of redness, you can use a green color correction. I know a lot of redheads have lots of redness on their face. Now into concealer. This is the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is the shade Creme Brule. I'm just putting this where I need it. Again, I don't want to cover up any spots where I have freckles or anything, so I'm just putting this directly under my eyes. This is a gorgeous concealer. They have tons of colors, so you will be able to find the fairest of fairest concealers. This brand, this line will have it, which is wonderful. Around the nose, because there's lots of redness down there. And then again, blending it out with the Beauty Blender. A lot of redheads or fair skin people, if you don't blend in your foundation or your concealer, it can look like you are wearing a mask. So just make sure you take the extra time to blend it, and the Beauty Blender does that perfectly. Around the nose, perfect. Again, on the eyelids, I have so many veins on my eyelids and I really don't want that to show. So I make sure I do concealer and everything on there as well. Voila. Don't you love being a redhead? Now going into powder, this is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. This is a gorgeous powder. Again, we don't want to look cakey. We don't want to look like we're wearing a mask. This is such a lightweight, luminous powder. It won't make you look cakey. It won't add any coverage. It just sets all your makeup and leaves you with a really flawless finish. It's really, really beautiful, and I forget to bring it out enough, and I need to because it's gorgeous. And bring it down as well on your chin, on your jawline to make sure everything's blended. I'm going to spray that with some MAC Fix Plus. I just have extremely dry skin. I don't know if that's a redhead thing, but this really helps me. Onto the brows. I have brown eyebrows, which is kind of tricky, but I use the Anastasia Brow Definer in Caramel, and it works really well. As you can see in my brows, there's actually a little bit of other color. I use the NYX Auburn, and it just doesn't work for me. It's too red, and my natural brows are brown. So Caramel is the perfect color from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'll leave my brow tutorial down below. Going in with some clear brow gel. Again, a lot of brow gels don't match my eyebrow color. They're either too brown or too red, so I just like a clear, keep it simple, no nonsense, and get all the brow hairs up and away. But I know brows can be a really hard thing for a lot of redheads, but Anastasia Beverly Hills does have a lot of colors. So again, I use Caramel. They also have Auburn. Going on to the lids, I'm just going to prime them. This is the MAC PaintPot in Soft Ochre. This is a beautiful color for fair skin. It's kind of just like a yellow tone nude. It's really wonderful. I'm just using this as a base. So putting this all over my eyelids. Again, it's really just covering up my brow hairs that I haven't plucked out yet. I really should do that. But yeah, getting a nice base, again, covering up any veins that are on my eyelids to prepare for the eyeshadow. This is MAC Blanc type. I love this eyeshadow. It's just kind of this like matte, kind of creamy white. I'm just going to set this and kind of use this all over. This is really just going to match your own skin tone if you are fair. So it just evens everything out to prepare for shadow. This is Makeup Geek Creme Brule. This is a gorgeous transition shade if you are redhead. It's just this kind of like creamy orange, soft brown. It is so beautiful. It's affordable. It's Makeup Geek, and I pretty much use it every day, and I'm just putting this into the crease with a big fluffy brush. I definitely prefer warm tone eyeshadows on redheads. That's just what I think looks the best. So I'm just really blending that out and deepening up the crease and just really taking my time to blend that out again so it doesn't look harsh. Now going into the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. This is the shade Primavera. It is just a gold shimmery shade. Again, I love warm tone shades on redheads. I just think they're more flattering than like cool tones because your hair is like vibrant and warm and it just really goes with it. Now going into the shade Red Ochre. Don't be afraid of this. This is a red shade. I'm just using a little bit. I'm putting this on the outer corner. I really should have used more of this in the end. It kind of got disappeared a bit, but again, those red tones, you might be scared of them, but they look so beautiful on redheads. They just really make everything pop and look like fire. This is Makeup Geek Frappe. It's a medium tone warm brown. I'm going to blend out that red ochre shade into the crease and also deepen up the crease. So again, I'm just blending. Again, if you have very fair skin, you just want to make sure your eyeshadow is very blended so it doesn't stand out extremely against your fair skin. But this is a beautiful color to do that. And I'm just blending that out and into the crease. And this is the MAC 217 brush, which is the best. And just kind of going in and building that up. I am making a dramatic eye look. So yeah, that's pretty much just what I'm doing here. I'm building up this shade even more. Oh, I didn't even show. I go into Cypress Umber, which is the dark, dark brown. I guess I didn't show that clip. So I'm putting this on the outer corner. So just a very dark matte brown. And I'm putting this on the outer corner, again, where we have these warm tone browns. Nothing too cool, nothing black, very warm tone browns. And this is what we're dealing with. So I'm putting this in the outer corner and blending that out. Now I'm putting that same color. This is Cypress Umber from the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. And I'm putting this underneath. I want it very smoky. I want it very dramatic. So I'm putting this underneath my lower lash line. And yeah, both sides, obviously. I'm blending that out in the outer V. Again, you don't want to use black here. You definitely want to use a brown, in my opinion. Voila, just blending that out. I probably have Frappe on my brush. This is a domed blending shadow pencil brush, and I'm just blending that out to make sure there are no harsh lines. So this is kind of the eyeshadow look here. It's very warm tone, very neutral. I love it. I am going back in with that gold shimmery shade Primavera just to make sure that none of it got blended away in my blending process, but you can take it up as shimmery as you want. And that's the finished eyeshadow look. Now you can go with liquid liner. You can choose a dark brown or a black. Both work. Probably if you're very, very fair, go for the brown. But I like black. So I just did a simple thin wing. I just think it looks so stunning on Redheads. And this part is key. So this is a black eyeliner that I'm putting in my waterline. Most Redheads and light-skinned people have light eyelashes, and you want to put this in the gaps in the roots of the eyelashes to make sure that when you apply mascara, it looks cohesive and there is no kind of gaps. This is MAC Teddy. I'm putting this in my waterline. And again, you don't want to use black here. This is a dark kind of shimmery brown, and it really just makes your eyes pop without looking harsh. I don't like black in the waterline for Redheads. It can look a bit too intense. There we go. Now onto the face. This is a very beautiful bronzer. This is the Marc Jacobs Coconut Bronzer. It is a matte bronzer, and it is so gorgeous on fair skins. You can look, you can barely see it. It's perfect. Bronzer is something you really want to make sure you're getting the right shade of if you're very fair, and this one is a beautiful one. You can build it up, but it's going to go on initially so naturally, and it won't make you look like you've put on too much bronzer, and it will match the rest of your body. It's just a stunning color, and again, make sure you're getting it on that jawline and onto your neck to make sure everything is beautifully blended. On to contour. Contour can be a tricky thing, but Makeup Geek has a huge range, and they have shades for porcelain skin, fair skin, light skin. So I am using this one here. This is, I think it's called Bad Habit. I'll leave it down below. And look, it is so natural. This is for porcelain skin, and you just put a little bit. So if you're scared of contour as a fair skin person, check out Makeup Geek because they have so many shades that really work for all skin tones. And this one's just so natural. It's just going to give definition to your cheeks without looking muddy, without looking gray. Look at that. It's just like a little bit of definition because you don't want these harsh lines when you have very, very fair skin. So highly recommend the Makeup Geek ones because they're like the palest, lightest contour shades that I have found. And, you know, girl still wants to be contoured. Sometimes putting it on my temples. And again, I'm using this kind of like dual fiber brush, which just really just makes sure it's blended out and nothing is looking too harsh. Putting that on the jawline because I eat too many chips. And that's the truth for y'all. Really. Too many chips. Onto blush. I love peach tone blush for Redheads. This is the Tarte blush in Captivating, and I really go ham with this. Instead of going ham with bronzer, go ham with blush. It looks gorgeous on Redheads to have a lot of blush. And I'm putting it kind of everywhere, along my nose, really on the apples of my cheeks. This is where you're getting your color from. Don't rely on the bronzer too much. Just rely on this kind of peachy blush. Look, I'm even putting it on my temples. This is where really, really, really fair skin can get their color. This will make it all look blended. If you, oh, I must have obviously dropped something. If you put it on your temples and along your nose, even on your chin, it will look beautiful. On to highlight. One of my favorite highlighters is Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Pearl. This is pretty much white, but it looks so gorgeous. You don't have to worry about looking like too yellow, too gold. This is a stunning one. Moonstone from Becca is also great if you have very fair skin, but want a little bit more color than Pearl. But to be honest, I use Pearl so much, and it just gives you this ethereal glow that I think looks gorgeous on Redheads. You could also use a very, very pale gold. Just stay away from the very dark kind of rusty golds. I think it will look muddy. Look at this. It is so pretty. I have it in a palette, but they sell it individually. But yeah, I'm just really like putting a lot of this on. Just really going everywhere. Voila. Now I'm spraying that with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray to lock it in. I am going in with individual lashes. This is just a preference, but I think it looks beautiful when you have kind of more fair eyelashes. I think it looks great. Onto the lips. This is MAC Burgundy. I'm going to use a red lip because you know what, ladies? It looks so good on redheads. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe I just like the vintage look, but this is MAC Viva Glam that I'm about to pick up. I think it's Viva Glam 1. I will leave it listed down below. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous red lipstick because it's a neutral red. It is not too warm. It is not too blue. It's perfect. It looks so good on redheads. It is just like bam in your face. Peachy nudes also look really beautiful. Pinks are kind of hard to pull off, but definitely stay in the peachy corals. And this is the finished look. Oh, check the teeth. You know how it goes. Bye, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you like it. I really hope you found it helpful in any way. Even if you're not a redhead, I hope you try it because it is just a beautiful look. And I appreciate your support as always, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!